Hi, hello, and welcome back to Meraki's Method Weekly Gold Making Challenge, Yearly Gold Making Challenge. Who knows? Let's just get on with it. Alright, so the idea is we are going to do a challenge this year to hit gold cap. So we're going to try and earn 10 million gold over the course of the year. And I was starting on 3 million gold, but we're not counting that towards this challenge, so we're going to make a flat 10 million on top of that. So that broke down to 200k a week. If we make 200k a week, we should be able to make our 10 million in the year. And that honestly felt like quite a huge number, because normally I'm super casual about gold making, and 20k, that's like almost $250,000 a week, felt like a lot to me. But it actually went a lot better than expected. I wasn't holding out too much hope for last week as well, because I knew it was Dark Moon Fair time, I knew it was time walking time, I knew I had to spend 2 days away from my PC because I had real life stuff going on as well. So I knew last week was going to be a bit of a slow start, so I wasn't honestly expecting too much, but I did still try my best, of course. And here is how it came out. The stats for the week are, over the course of the week, we earned I think it's actually higher than that. This is just, I think, on this account. But we earned 200, this is profit now. The 400 is all the gold that we had incoming, which we did. We got about 500, we got about 500,000 gold in, but we also spent a lot. Profit, however, was 276,183 on account 1 and 63,858 on account 2. So in total, last week we set out to make 200 million, good lord. We set out to make 200k last week, and we actually made 328,000 gold and 95. So we were quite a bit over budget, over our estimations there. We actually made half of it again, which is quite impressive. I'm quite pleased with myself, I'm not going to lie. So let me just break it down for you. We're going to show you, this is our stats here that we've got up, just to just so that you guys can see that I'm not having you on here or pulling your chain or any of that kind of thing. Here is my this is a little add-on called Hoard Gold. So this is my today, yesterday, and this is my total for the past week in account number 2. And here is my total for the past week in account number 1. See, we did make 500,000 gold, but we spent a lot, which is important when it comes to what we actually made that gold doing. So last week I was doing my Dark Moon Fair on as many, I did it on pretty much all my characters, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I didn't get time walking done on all my characters because that was just the busy part of the week and I just didn't get it done. And when I did try to do it, I kept getting Grim Batal and it just put me off completely, not gonna lie. So I didn't get too much time walking done, but I did get my Dark Moon Fairs done. I bought a whole load of replica items last time it was around, so I'm rebuilding up my supplies of tickets, so I didn't get too much stuff from the Dark Moon Fair this time around, but I got it done. We raked in a few more coins on the pile, so that'll help us next time. And beyond that, I knew, because it was going to be such a busy week and I had those going on, which aren't necessarily gold making things in the immediate sense, I knew I just wanted to have not a slow week, but set myself off, get some crafting on the go. So every day I went and I have my routine set out so that I do one specific crafting profession every day, so everything gets restocked once a week. You could be doing a lot more than that, but my time is quite limited, and that means that I don't stress myself out, I don't get overwhelmed, I don't worry about what I'm not getting done. It just means that I get that one thing done every Monday we do enchanting and jewel crafting because they're on the same character. Every Tuesday I do tailoring and blacksmithing. Wednesdays I do alchemy, so on and so forth. And if you only have to worry about the one thing a day, it's a lot easier to get it done, and at least that way I know it's getting done at least once a week rather than getting shelved and forgotten about forever because I feel overwhelmed with it. So that's how we go about doing things, but that's what I did. I basically just queued up my list, made as many things as I could. I did a gathering scan, you know, searched the auction house. I picked up what was cheap. I didn't spend too much gold on the auction house buying materials. I literally just picked up what was cheap. I didn't empty my list at all. My crafting list, I didn't craft everything on my list because some things were just silly expensive for the mats, and I, you know, like I said, didn't have time to farm anything, so we just went with that. I went with what I could make, and I got that on the auction house for every craft that I had, which worked really well. About 70k of that total came from crafting. I made 50k one day in tailoring. Again, if you're in the Discord, which will be linked below and or on our website and our Twitch channel if you want to catch the links there. We made 50k with tailoring one day because I sold a couple of high ticket items that were old Outlands recipes. Made a consistent sort of 10k a day with enchanting and a few 10ks with inscription and things like that. Bits and pieces, it all added up in the end of the day. But the big money makers last week, I knew I was going to be busy, so I knew I needed a lot of turnaround in not too much time, so I looked into mounts. I believe I sold a golem last week for about 60k. I sold a vial of sands for about 60k, and I did have to go down and fish some oil for that, but I think that was all. I think I had pretty much everything else, all the other materials for that. I will, however, now if I want to make another one, have to go and farm more herbs, but I'm going to do that at some point in the future, and I'm going to use it as make a blog post out of that as well to show you guys where good spots for those things are. But that's in the pipeline. That's not happening this week. The one thing I did do is I made 2 jeweled onyx panthers. They sold for 130k each, which is what made up, that's 260. So that's what made up the bulk of that of our income this week. That was literally half of the money we earned was on those 2 panthers. But we also spent, you see here in my expenses, I spent 200k. I spent what we were meant to be making on vendor materials for mounts. I bought a set of the vendor mats for the vial of sands, which comes to about 30 or 40k, and I bought enough orbs of mastery for 2 onyx panthers, and they're like something 20k each, I think. So that came to 200k. It was a big investment, but it paid off, and they sold pretty quickly. I'm not going to lie. One of them had sold within a couple of hours of being posted, and the other one had sold within 2 days of being posted. So they were absolutely worth the making. I'm going to see if I can get some more gems to make another few of those this week and see if we can keep that up, because they're a nice little money maker, even if they do have the big cost factor as well. So I'm going to see what we can do there. Sylvian cloak. The most profitable item was this Sylvian cloak, guys. This Sylvian cloak is a vendor bought green item that I picked up. I picked one up today on in Crossroads in the Barrens, I believe. Average profit per day was 45k, which is just from our crafting different bits and pieces that we were doing every day. So it's all good. It all worked out in the end. We are all good for this week. We are 128,000 over budget for this, over target for last week. This week, same again. We're going to try and make 200k. But what I did spend some time doing last week was I ended up farting around on my engineer, went and got her dark iron smelting because I wanted to make a gun that sells for 45k. It turned out to be a major pain in the butt, but I'll talk about that on my stream tomorrow. But yeah, so what I figured is due to looking into that and the different things that you can do with that ore and stuff that I was doing on her, and because we sold that vest on the tailor for so much, I think what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to do my crafting, keep my crafting up to date like we did last week, make some more panthers. I think I've got another golem. I know I have another golem in the line as well for this week. I should be able to do one of those a week, so I want to see if I can get a good price for that. Got another golem to sell. I might look into, I don't think I'm going to get to farming vial mats this week, so it's probably just going to have to be panthers and golems for this week, and then I'm going to focus on crafting. And in my off time, if I get any time around those things, we've also got RP campaigns, and we're back on streaming this week, so I might be a bit shorter on time than usual, because our streaming schedule is going to be awesome this week. But what I'm going to try and do is, if I can steal a few minutes here and there, I'm going to try and get myself some more recipes. Now, I have quite a few recipes for the professions that I have, because I've had these characters for a long time. But I don't have them all, and I think having those harder to get recipes gives you a serious edge on the competition, because people collecting is a big part of Warcraft these days with all of the wardrobes and, you know, all those kind of things. So if you're able to make those things that are harder to get, you have a serious edge. So what I'm going to try and do this week is trying to fill out some of those recipes that I'm missing. So that's what we might be doing on our streams and whatever. But I can talk about that more then. So this week, we're going to knuckle down, we're going to get some recipes, we're going to get some crafting done, we're going to make another round of mounts, and we're going to hope for the best. Let me know how you guys are doing. If you want to jump into our channel, you can post us screenshots and things like that of how you're going day by day. And if you want to join along but you don't think you can make 200k a week, that's fine, friends. You set your goal, let us know what it is, and we will see if we can keep you motivated and keep you up to date with tips and tricks on how to get there. Until next week, folks, good luck and good hunting.